Hi guys, so today I want to talk about the keto, low carb, zero carb approach that's becoming increasingly popular and trendy these days. Now, whether you call it simply low carb or Atkins or Dukan or keto, they all simply advocate that you reduce your carbohydrate intake to a bare minimum. Now, I'm pretty sure that a lot of you are either following such a principle right now or possibly tried a version in the past, or are very likely maybe even considering it now. Gentlemen, I am here to beg you, please do not do so. You know, I've used this principle many times in my life to get myself into good physical appearance. And you know, it certainly works as a younger man. You know, there's no doubt that a keto diet, zero carb diet, will produce quick weight loss results. But please understand why this is. And this is down to three main reasons. Number one, yes, with the presence of less glucose in our blood from carbohydrates, our body is possibly more receptive into tapping into our fat cells for use as fuel. Now, that is a positive. However, number two, by simply eliminating a main food source, and one which is eaten in abundance by most overweight people, then we naturally eat less calories. Now guys, by eating no carbs, you're naturally not going to eat bread, sweets, desserts, crisps, etc. But guys, you're sensible enough to know that you shouldn't be eating these foods anyway. That's just common sense. It doesn't mean you have to eliminate all carbohydrates. But guys, this will obviously help you lose weight. Number three, something you must understand is that every gram of carbohydrate that you store in your body stores with it 2 grams of water. And so therefore, by not storing as many carbohydrates in your body for fuel, you will not store as much cellular fluid. Now, this doesn't have any positive result apart from making your scales say that you weigh less. This is water weight, not fat loss. Now, these three factors will bring people quick success in losing weight. However, guys, please do understand that this weight will return, and it will return with momentum and more added weight gain. This diet will also make you, as a male over 40, ultimately store more fat. It will decrease your metabolism and it will further destroy your male hormones, making the future prospect of looking and feeling good even harder. Now, I can not only provide a huge amount of research papers to justify this fact and provide anecdotal stories of literally hundreds of personal clients that I've worked with and suffered these issues, but I also lay personal testimony to this fact from my own personal experiences. Now, I can tell you that every time I've tried to follow these approaches in my later years, that it has ultimately had a very detrimental effect on me and my body, and ultimately resulted in increased weight gain afterwards. Now, my most recent, and I can tell you my final experience of using this approach to get into shape in the last couple of years actually resulted in me gaining 1.5 stone in the following 3 to 4 months afterwards, and left me feeling completely drained and exhausted for a good long while. But even more telling than that fact was the fact that I chose to have my bloods and hormones assessed throughout the whole of that experience. And I can tell you with complete honesty that every one of our necessary male anabolic hormones that we need to look, perform and feel good all dropped like a bomb throughout that process. And all the inflammation markers in my body, which I don't want elevated, steadily rose. Guys, for many reasons, which I shall list a few of, I was turning myself into a fat storing machine with poorer health. And what you've got to understand is, firstly, without the presence of carbohydrates, it is much more difficult to maintain, sustain, or build muscle tissue. Therefore, as a man over 40, you're going to lose some of your very necessary lean muscle tissue, which is already declining naturally. Next, in our 40s, we already have a declining male hormonal system. Now, this is medical fact, but that from the age of 35 onwards, we lose 1 to 2% of our testosterone levels every year. Now, for optimal male hormone production, we need carbohydrates. Remove them, we're placing an even greater strain on our hormonal system. Now, less testosterone equals less muscle tissue. Less testosterone equals more fat gain. Less testosterone equals a slower metabolism and a less than optimal life for you as a man. In addition, removing carbohydrates from our diet elevates the stress hormone cortisol. Now, in our 40s, we are already much more likely to have chronically elevated levels of cortisol due to the ongoing and accumulative stresses in life that we've suffered. Now, this is especially true if you're a busy professional man. Chronically elevated levels of cortisol are dangerous to your body and your health. And when cortisol levels rise chronically, they will drive your testosterone levels down further, and you will store fat much more easily. And you'll store them in those hormonal areas such as that man boob, soft chest appearance, and that lower stomach, and that oblique and lower back area. Guys, you do not want high cortisol, low testosterone. Finally, our bodies is not as an effective machine anymore as it was in our 20s and 30s. It's a fact. We don't process foods as well. We don't digest foods as well. And you might well be seeing this already, and this might well be highlighted by the fact you might be suffering more bloating these days, more gas, more acid reflux. You know, maybe certain foods that you used to enjoy eating in your 20s and 30s now affect you more. By removing a vital food source from your body for a prolonged period of time, such as a carbohydrate, you're basically providing your body less effective chance of processing that food in the long term. See, all the chemicals and enzymes that are needed to break down these foods as carbohydrates will dissipate, and your older, more struggling body will now struggle to process this food source. Therefore, eliminate carbohydrate for a prolonged period of time, that when you do finally have to break your no-carb diet, as you will, because it is not a sustainable diet for life, your body has now lost its ability even more to process these carbs and use it for energy as it once could in your 20s and 30s. So what can it do with it now? Well, basically, it will store it as fat. So what does it look like? It means that weeks and weeks of no carbs in your diet and denying your body a vital nutrient, you finally hit a weekend where you fancy a bit of relaxation, some alcoholic drinks, some bread, maybe some pasta, maybe even a pizza, and your body's going to be even less effective at breaking these carbohydrates down. So they're going to be even more readily stored as fat. You would have lost what's known as metabolic flexibility. In addition to this, your water weight will now come flooding back on again. In addition to this, your metabolism and your hormones have now been lowered. You are now a much more efficient, effective, fat-storing, weight-gaining machine, and you're less healthy too. Guys, you do not want that recipe. Carbohydrates are an essential nutrient. We need them for energy. We need them for hormone production. We need them for living optimally. You just need to understand the correct amount of carbohydrates to eat, and the correct carbohydrates to eat, and when the best time is to eat them to reap their rewards. Guys, you do not have to eliminate a food source totally. Please, gentlemen, if you want to look good and feel good, don't go keto. Just for quick success that's ultimately going to make you look worse, feel worse. If you want to perform at your best at work, in the office, in the boardroom, in the bedroom back at home, then don't go keto, but instead follow the correct nutritional plan for you as a man over 40. Guys, if you want to know more, please feel free to contact me for more info or guidance. If you don't want to do that, then simply do yourself a massive great favour now and just stop eating bread, cakes, crisps and sweets. You can eliminate those carbs straight away, but continue to eat essential good carbs. Do not go keto, do not go Atkins, do not go zero carb. Please guys, good luck.